what's up everybody? Getting ready here. Hit the trail, Quebec run, one night solo trip. Just gonna make a few tweaks to the gear, the backpack setup and everything. I kinda left the house in a little bit of a hurry this morning to beat some weather. But we're gonna check out this trail for the first time, and I'll tell you the details as we get started, but I'll be with you in a minute. Alright, about to get started on the Quebec run trail. It's about 12:15. I just got everything all resituated how I like it. Gonna get started here. One night, 2-day trip. Right out the chute, we get going on some little elevation. Nothing too crazy. Definitely made sure I did my stretching and stuff before getting on the trail. It's really important to get that stretch in. You want to make sure that you're limbered up and ready to attack the trail. So we'll see. Right off the bat, you already see a lot of rhododendron. We're going to be following the red blaze. This trail's pretty decent so far. It's like dirt with some sporadic rocks. Looks like it's used a pretty good bit. The reviews and stuff that I read about this trail was that it was lightly used. Looks a little bit more than lightly. I'm curious to see what the campsites are like later on today. So let's get into a little bit about this trip. So this is my first solo trip. Been wanting to do this for quite a while. Usually go with a group of people, which I'm sure you guys will all meet eventually here once I figure out how to do this editing thing. But so this is about an 11.7 mile loop, a little bit low miles. I'm gonna do probably about 6 of that today. Get into camp, check it out. Like I said before, this is the Quebec run wild area. It's northeastern PA, just around the area of Ohiopyle and the Lower Highlands hiking trail. Some of the other videos you've seen there, but or will see there. It's real nice right now. The temperature's not even quite 70, maybe just a little above 70. I didn't really check it, but sunny right now, a little breeze. The forecast though is calling for some thunderstorms and some rain. You might be asking, why is the pack so big? I wasn't quite sure what to prepare for with this weather that's supposed to come in, and also my first solo trip. So I brought some extra creature comforts, some rain gear. Doing the hammock camping, we'll get into that once we get into camp. I'll show you that setup, but just wanted to make sure I had the stuff that I rely on usually the time I'm going to do trips with the group. So that's why she's a little bit bigger. It was a lot more light this morning, as the last few days I was preparing. Then this morning had a little change of heart on some things. Decided to bring them anyway. Yeah, so the wife's off, little girls trip to Virginia Beach, so I said, you know what? Finished up work this morning at 7:30 and figured, well, great opportunity for me to give this solo stuff a try. So far this trail's really nice. A lot of rhododendron and mountain laurel around here. I like it. The only thing is kind of screwed up a little bit. I didn't actually map out the mileage. I just looked at the camping area, and it looks to be about halfway. So we'll figure it out as we go. It's a loop. 2 days to complete it. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get a glimpse of some animals and stuff. Typical Lower Highlands trail. Starting to get a little more rocky. Probably misspoke about the dirt and whatnot seem to be pretty easy hiking, but this is typically what you find around here. Laurel Highlands Trail, or Laurel Highlands Hiking Trail, and anything basically in the Laurel Highlands here in Pennsylvania. Check out all the fern here. This is actually one of the things that I've noticed a lot of in this area is a lot of fern. In fact, there's a couple trails, one that I know of, it's up near the Ohio Pile. It's actually called Fern Cliff. Just all this ground cover of fern you see here. Coming up on a bunch of outcropping of rock, big rock. Also common in this area. Some nice firewood there. We'll see. I don't know. We might be able to get a fire tonight. I'm going to be camping in a well-used camping area, at least I think. So there might not be an abundance of firewood available for me to forage for, but we'll do our best. I'm thinking I'm probably going to get into camp a little early. I mean, it's not that big mileage, so just basically going to go out and try to do a solo trip closer to home. Easy mileage. The elevation changes aren't that bad. In fact, most of the day today I'll be going downhill, with the exception of a few little upgrades. But yeah, tomorrow I'll have a nicer, longer ascend into the end of the trip tomorrow. So what do we got here? Hess Trail. That's the one we're on. Creepy trees around here. I don't know, would they be good for firewood? Yeah, they would. Looks like they're nice and dry. Too bad we weren't camping around here. Definitely a pretty cool trail. Definitely has a lot of features that I'm used to here, but this area here where it's a little more closed in. Like I said, all those little goofy, creepy, dry trees. But it definitely is interesting. It's you know, it's got my attention. Alright, it's time to get some water. I brought some a little bit, but I knew there was going to be multiple water sources, at least I had hoped, before planning on my part. But right now we're going to gather a little bit of water. the Sawyer squeeze. I just use a piece of 20-ounce plastic bottle to fill up and get some water and pour it into the bag. It makes it a lot easier instead of having to either submerge the bag or find water that's running real fast. Just going to filter it from the dirty water bag into my clean water bag. I just use this little Ozark Trail bag from like the Walmart. I like it, it's light. When it's empty, I clip it on my pack. It's almost a liter. Nice and tight area here with the rhododendron. Super awesome trail. Nice and tight. I like that. I don't like when the trails are wide open. This is nice and tight, although it lets the mind wander a little bit what's lurking, but definitely going down in elevation. Still following the red blaze, still on the Hess Trail here. Starting to see some fern. I'm sorry, not some fern, some pine. Going way down. I don't know what that means. But I do know what that means. It means I'm on the right trail. Oh, it's opening up down here. This ought to be pretty awesome. Super nice little grove area. Definitely can hear like I'm coming up on water. I don't know if you can see. Looks like a campsite over there. pretty nice actually. Looks like there'll be some decent trees for my hammock. Fire ring already set up. But we've got many miles to go. Okay, coming up on a junction it looks like. Or at least a sign for something. Doing pretty good. I stopped and got that water. Had an extra drink myself. Filled up the bag. Losing some elevation here. And now we are at a junction, so we'll take a look at the map. Well, it looks like we might be at the junction of the Rankin Trail, which is up here. I never saw the West Road or Brocker Trail though, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to stay on the Hess Trail until I find that. Another campsite right there. Big time water source. Get down here and check it out. Okay, this is a nice water source. It's running good. Got a nice bridge here. Campsites all over this area by this big water source. No one in them though. Just a shame. I would have liked to say hello to some people. Alright, so after a little bit of a realization that on my maps I shouldn't have a water source over there, according to where I thought I was. So, after some investigation, studying of the map a little bit, I realized that I parked in the wrong parking area. So, we're not going to backtrack. We just reconfigured the trip. We're going to go this way for another couple miles to the initial, to a different campsite than I thought. But that's alright. We'll just get in there probably around the same time as I had anticipated getting the other campsite going the correct way. But no big deal. Should have, before I got on the trail, should have checked my compass according to the map's compass. Didn't do that. So, I'm just going to change up the trip a little bit. Maybe make it a little shorter. Maybe make it a little longer. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, we're just going to enjoy this. Grabbing a little elevation here now. Okay. Oh, it goes to the left here. Definitely glad that it's not too warm today. Hopefully tomorrow, because I am sweaty, and I don't sweat. Alright guys, we made up that elevation change. This is beautiful up here. All these oak around here, straight up, but there's some good deer hunting around here. Little fern on the ground. I like it. I had to go ahead and take off my gaiters. I know we didn't go over gear yet, but I like to wear the gaiters on any trip. I just like it for when I get into camp, I can take the gaiters off and have clean pants around camp and stuff. I don't typically like to wear shorts really ever. I mean, these pants are what they call those convertible pants, I guess. But I really don't care for the shorts. I mean, you just never know what's gonna crawl on you, get on you, stick you with a stick or whatnot. So typically I always wear the pants, but got them opened a little bit. We like to call air condition. Gives me a little bit of breeze through there. But yeah, so that's what's swinging back here. It's just got my gaiters clipped to the pack, since I didn't really want to stop and put them on the back. So I just got them back there with my water bag. But yeah, this is beautiful here. Just getting a little going downhill a little bit. Looks like it might be getting a little cloudy. I think the last time I was able to look at the weather, it was like around 4 o'clock, I think was the first time there was a chance for any rain or thunderstorms. So hopefully we can make it to a camp. I think what I've decided I'm going to do, since I made that mistake with the parking area and whatnot, which is a bad mistake. I just listened to a buddy of mine and said, oh, it's just down this road, it's on the right, or whatever, and you know, I didn't actually do the research myself, which typically not me. I'm a big time researcher, you know, I research everything. Vacations, buying things. I mean, heck, it took me about 6 months to buy this camera after the first camera got destroyed. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to push as far as I can today. Maybe try to make it to those campsites that I was initially going to do the other way around. That way I can maybe if I can get there and beat the rain, get camp set up before the rain comes, I'll at least have a shelter to be under to cook some dinners and hang out. And then tomorrow will be a nice easy, I think like 1.5 miles or 2 out to the truck, but that's alright. Got some stuff going on tomorrow anyway, so you know, we'll get in here and do our camping, and we'll talk about a little bit of gear once we get to camp. Definitely going to have some other videos coming out about my gear. I'm a little bit different when it comes to the things I take than some folks and all the guys out there on YouTube, which they all got great ideas. I mean, I've stole a lot of those ideas myself. So yeah, we'll talk about some gear, we'll talk about some strategies, and we'll make some dinners, have little snacks, which I'm thinking maybe about doing lunch here in a little bit. Once I get down past around the next campsite, I think we'll think about doing lunch and see what that looks like, see what time it is, and what we want to do as far as keep going today, or we make camp there and then have a 6 miler tomorrow. I don't know. We can do either. Kind of just playing it by ear and seeing what we feel like doing. So far, everything's good. Pack feels good, even though, like I said earlier, it's a little loaded down, but that's all right. This isn't too bad of an elevation gain anywhere on this section of this loop that I'm doing. Yeah, maybe we'll go over the mistake I made once we get into camp with the parking area. It wasn't some descriptions that I saw and read said, you know, take the parking area off of Skyline. Well, I got to an intersection and Skyline went straight. Quebec Road went to the right. Well, I went straight. The parking area that was being described was not on Skyline. In fact, the one I was trying to go to was on Quebec Road. So, that's alright. It's pretty nice out. I'm just enjoying this hike. Actually, the first backpacking trip of the year for me, unfortunately. Alright, what's up guys? Been a little while, although you can't tell that. Let's see, we got a fork in the road here. Had to charge the camera, so I've been charging for about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. So, stopped and had a little lunch, some tuna, Cliff Bar, drank some water. Now we're, also you didn't see, as we changed the plan. I told you we might do that. Ended up going Brocker Trail, cut across to get to the camp. Let me check the map here. Brocker T-Bolt Road. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. Yeah, we're gonna continue on Brocker until we get to Mill Run Trail. That's what we're gonna do. So, I don't know if you can tell, the sun is out pretty nicely. Past the snake sun on a sunny area, but I do think that storm's still going to make its way through here. We'll see if we can look at the weather once we get to camp. Some deer over there. They're about 20 feet from the trail. There you go. Alright guys, we just hit a intersection with T-Bolt Trail. There's another deer right there. Let's see if you can catch up on this one. Yep, you can. Boy, what a deer activity. Alright, so T-Bolt Trail, actually heading back up towards the truck a little bit. Gonna hopefully grab one of these campsites that are up here about a half mile or so. And yeah, see what that has in store. But it is super, super thick this time of year in here. I don't know that I've ever done a midsummer trip here. It's usually too warm. I just don't like it really hot for backpacking. Other things like vacation and stuff, yeah, I like it hot. But yeah, so we're just going to continue along here, probably spot some more deer, I guess, and see what camp has. So I came from over there. You can see the trail we're going through right there. Looks like this is a little camping area. But with the threat of rain, I'm thinking I should not choose this. There's a lake, stream right here close to this. And I don't know if you can tell or not. You can. Right there where it's dark, that's moist. So water lays in here. Whether or not the water gets up here, I don't know. But it lays in here nonetheless. So we're going to keep going a little bit. I could go up on this. I can't really tell, but that's a little rise. Little bench up there. I could use those two trees. but we're going to go a little further, see what else there is. Definitely close to a water source though, which is really good. And this is really nice down here, but there's also another stream over on, just on the other side here. So, depending on how bad it rains, I don't know. I don't know if that water is just from rainwater sitting or if it's from water that comes up. I don't see anything laying down like it's been flooded, but we'll see. Well, made it to camp. Tried to go a little further initially. Ran into a skunk. Fortunately, he didn't see me or spray me. So that's good. We got camp set up. We'll go over that in a little while. Camp set up, got a little bit of firewood. Not gonna have a big fire, just a little something to sit by a little later after dinner. Having a little snack, a little beverage. Graham's cup. Not too many people know about this cup. This is my grandmother's cup, her backpacking cup. She backpacked across Europe with this cup, so I feel like I should use it. Yeah, it's a little heavy, it's steel, it's an old cup, but I bring it on every trip. A little beverage, a little snack. And who wouldn't love that? That's Quebec Run Creek, or whatever you want to call it. It's about 5 after 5. Like I said, I'm going to sit here for a little while, enjoy myself, finish my drink, gather some water, head back to camp. It's just back over there. I don't think you can see it from here. But once we get there, we'll go over what's going on. If we run out of daylight, we'll maybe do a little thing in the morning to go over the gear. The rain hasn't come yet. It sprinkled for about 3 minutes about an hour ago. So I'm hoping that stays away until at least I go to bed. And then I'll be under the shelter and nice and dry. So. Well, the storm came. So here we are. Hemmed up into the shelter. Which is alright. Just can't work on the fire or hang by the Quebec Run anymore. So we're just gonna hang here. I don't know. Might take a nap. Make some dinner. It's about 10 to 6. So until we do something else, this is what we got. Anyway, this is a look of the campsite. The trail is over there, runs that way, and Quebec Run is over there, just past the trail. Little shot of the setup here. I'd like to maybe go over this in the morning. But for now, we're just hanging out. Not a bad start to my vacation. Alright, well, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but it's coming down pretty hard. So, I figured just stay in the shelter, cook some dinner, go over my cook set. Let's see, what do we got today? Backpacker's Pantry, pad thai. Okay, so we'll cook that up. The stove I chose to bring on this trip was the MSR Pocket Rocket. It's pretty lightweight, it does the job, it boils water real quick. The reason I chose to bring this one was solo trip, didn't know what the weather was going to be like, didn't want to have to rely on the Esbit, which I do have. The cook set is the Snow Peak titanium. This one is a .800 ml pot. There's two. I just brought one. So we'll get our Sawyer squeeze bags. This is a 32-ounce bag. I filled these up over at the Quebec Run earlier. So let's see what we need. This is the first time actually using the Snow Peak. I got it for Christmas last year. Haven't used it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. So we need 540 mils, so we'll go about half. That'll work. Hopefully get to use this tomorrow morning for breakfast, and we'll see if it's raining. Whatever, we might just pack up and get the heck out of here. But for now, we'll have some dinner. And it's coming down. The thunder and lightning stopped, so that's a lot better. Find my spoon here. Oh, that's not it. That's it. I picked up this spoon at REI. It's just the REI GSI Outdoors spoon. I really wanted to get the titanium Sea to Summit spoon. I just didn't get it. I spent some other money that trip, so I chose to just save the money this time. But let's see. All right, we got a nice little jet going there. I don't know if you guys might see my little seat over there. In fact, it's getting wet. I got that at the Goodwill for like, I don't know, what's it say, $2.99. It's real lightweight. I bring it on some trips. Sometimes when I just feel like I want to have some comfort. This one I figured I did. I was hoping to be able to sit by a fire and just hang out, but not the case. I hope you guys can see the video alright. I'm using a head rig here. I feel like I'm shooting out that way, so maybe we'll kick her down a little bit. Anyway, if you can see the cook set now and couldn't before, that's the Snow Peak Titanium. It's got the lid. Like I said, I do have the Ez bit, just chose not to bring it this time. I'm kind of glad I didn't. This rain out would have made things a little bit more difficult to cook with that, I think. It is blowing in here. Kind of wish I would have brought the winter barrier for this shelter. Boy, is it coming down. I was going to go take a walk over to the Quebec run and see how high it has gotten, but as soon as I got ready and got out of the shelter, it really started pounding, so figured that wasn't a great idea. Peanuts, peanut butter. This guy, we don't want to eat that guy. Let's see, remove peanut and peanut butter packets, add peanut butter to other ingredients in pouch. Okay. Peanut butter. Give that a stir. I can never get these things closed. Okay, 15 minutes. That cool down a little bit. Alright, so, as you can tell, this definitely isn't camp. Definitely don't have McDonald's at the camp, and definitely don't have showers out in the woods. So here's what happened. I don't know if you remember, but it was raining pretty hard when I was having dinner. It rained super hard for about 3 hours straight. Got up to go hang my bear bag towards the end of the evening, and realized that the Quebec run that I was camped next to was basically in flash flood mode. and also the creek that was behind me. I don't know if it has a name. So I made the decision late in the evening to pack up and leave. Night hiking isn't a big issue. Some couple flashlights, follow the trail, not a big deal. It was the flash flood along the Quebec run that I had to cross that was the big deal. Anyway, long story short, hiked about 2.5 miles in the dark in about an hour, got back to my truck, swung by and grabbed the McDonald's because I deserved that, and got home about midnight. Took a shower and slept in my own bed. Not exactly how I expected the first 2 days of my vacation to go, but nonetheless an experience. So, yeah, that's how it went. So anyway, we're going to start planning our next trip, hopefully with the whole crew. And I'm Adam from Life's Great Adventures, and until next time,